Here's the final loadout. I have camped for a total of 4 nights now at different times and have learned a lot on the system, how it works and what can work better. And I'll take you around and show you some of the changes. Oh, a deer. One expense I decided was worth it is some kind of a shelter. After camping on my brother's property in the rain, I decided to buy this, and I opted for this option as opposed to a awning that's attached to the Jeep for a few reasons. One is the awnings are very expensive, and you can't place the shade where you need it. With this awning, I can put it over the Jeep if I want the shade. I can move it over a picnic table or just wherever I need it. And I'm not going to deploy it in this video, but it does deploy very easily. The hardest thing for me is it's 70 pounds, so it's a little heavy, but once it's up there and strapped down, it doesn't bother me. And when I use it, it's tied down by a center bungee cord right to the roof rack. If I put it over the Jeep, I can tie it down to the Jeep and don't have to worry about guidelines or staking it out. So that's been working good. I recently had a visit from another channel, and it's called IDGAXJ. His name is Joel, and he was here for a couple of days, and I learned a lot from him. He's the guy that spent 8 months in his Jeep, so I have a lot of respect for his travels and his recommendations. One of them being to carry a little extra fuel, so I do have a 2.5 gallon can of gas up there as an addition to my loadout. Right next to that is a toolbox that used to be in the black box here. It's my recovery box. I also manufactured these crossbars from 1 1/4 square tubing. These mounts here are from Smittybilt, but I had to modify them to fit my Jeep and take off my guardrail or a rain gutter trim so that I could clamp these here. And I don't think I have a whole lot of weight up there except for this box here, and then on the other side, like I said, that awning is 70 pounds. But that's about it. Other than this, what I've already showed you, nothing else is going up there, so I think I'm well within the weight limit of whatever those brackets will hold. Another thing that I have added since you were here last is this power distribution here, so that I can plug in my GPS, my backup camera, which I'll show you in a minute and the reason why, and I can also charge my phone or my Harbor Freight battery pack, multi-tool, jump starter. It's got an inverter and more ports for powering gear, 12 volt and USB. Sorry, USB ports. And I did decide to buy this organizer for the laptop, a map book, and this will be all my camera gear here. And that's working out pretty good. 5 gallons of water, a little bit of storage here for keeping the windows clean. The other thing I learned from Joel is to keep the bed open as much as possible. So if I need to stop for a quick nap in the middle of the day or whatever, I can just crawl in and not have to move any of the gear outside the Jeep. I can stay secure inside and not worry about it. I've also built this board system here for all my cutting tools, because one thing I did is underneath here now, if you remember, the drawer is gone. I needed that height so I could sit up in bed, which has worked out great, and worked out that I can put everything that was in that drawer on this board. I mounted the camera high and up out of the way. I did that for the reason of possibly towing a trailer in the future, and if the camera was down here low, then it would just show the trailer and nothing beyond it. And this way, not only can I keep tabs of the trailer, but what's behind it. Now, this is mounted on 3M two-sided tape. It's real light unit, so I think it's going to be okay. And the camera, I can actually rotate the camera from inside up and down, so I still have a pretty good view, even though that's stationary. I did add a short privacy curtain here, and went with just something I found at the Dollar General store. It's not a blackout type curtain, but it will help keep some of the sunlight out if I want to sleep during the day, and it aids in privacy. So on the driver's side now, I've added a fire extinguisher. I'm waiting on seat belts from Moore's 4x4. It's been almost a month and they still haven't shown up. Need to take care of my seat, but that'll wait till I get back. I did have the bottoms seat cushions redone, so those are ready to go. So from the driver's seat, again, I have kind of a power distribution here. I like the fact that I can monitor my battery charge now going down the road. The alternator, I can keep tabs on it alternating. And of course GPS, just a standard GPS. And this is a mirror from Van Top. And there's quite a few videos out there about how to install this, so I didn't include that in this video, but I did install it just yesterday. And there's that function where I can move that rear camera up and down, so it's pretty cool. And I did that because without it, I can't see behind me. The truck was loaded with the privacy curtain and all the gear. I couldn't see out the back, so this is going to be a safety function. And of course it has the front view driver's camera, and I can split the cameras to both front and back, or just to the front and just to the back. That's a pretty cool feature. Alright guys, just as I was finishing up, it started to rain, so I brought the Jeep inside. It's going to be a little loud, but just wanted to thank you all for the interest on the XJ. Mechanically, I think she's ready to go. I hope so anyway. I've done a lot of work to it to get it ready, and it's just about time to go. I've got one more overnight planned in the Jeep to make sure the bed itself is comfortable. I did add another cushion there. It's a little bit thick now, but I think it'll be more comfortable, hopefully not too hot. Well, thanks to Joel over at the IDGAXJ channel, and for all the help that he's given me. We had a great visit. He was here for 2 nights, like I say, and hope to have him back in the near future. And maybe even take a trip with him when I get back from this trip to the West Coast. But for now, I guess that's it. Might be another video before I leave, but if not, I'll see you on the road.